Hello and good afternoon. Hi, my name is Greg, and I want to share with you my pet lizard. I'm going to take my lizard, Barb. This is our newest addition to our family. Her name is Barb, and we're going to take her and make a actual masking tape creature from her silhouette. So what we're going to do actually is just right here. I have her, and pretty much just showing you how awesome she is. What I was waiting to do is right there, I was waiting for my kids to bring back some more things for us so I can, they're looking for a marker for me, or a pencil, so I can actually, take her and put her on this cardboard here and use it as a background. She's a very nice lizard. Ever since we had her, or since we have her right now. She's been like a really cool pet. Most lizards I've ever had in the past never sat on my arm like this. They'd always kind of run or try to escape, or try and leave and all that. So she is a very nice lizard. She's a people lizard. She likes people. She likes to be pretty much massaged on her back, and she enjoys just exploring her environment and her terrain. And so what happens is that in this situation, I was waiting for my kids to give me a pencil, but I want to tell you a little bit about the practice of what I'm doing right now. How I first started and learned about this practice altogether, about not taking care of lizards, but about taking masking tape and making it into creatures, was from an opportunity I got from watching a gentleman named Marcos makes. And what he does is on YouTube, he makes dinosaurs using the information from Jurassic Park, and he does the same thing like how I'm doing now, but he has the actual scale of the dinosaurs from the Jurassic Park series and different animals. So he took that and he was able to make them. I don't think he makes other things too as well. Very detailed, very great work. But he starts off with masking tape, and then from there with the masking tape he goes ahead and he uses the opportunity to uses the masking tape as an armature. And the armature, anybody knows what it is. It's like usually when you do something in clay, you use wire. And the wire is what you call an armature. In animation, an armature is the underframe of a mesh. So, like right now, I'm using Blender to make this video, and to edit my video. And what happens is that when you use Blender, there's armature wires and things like that you use under your mesh, so that you can animate your mesh. Otherwise, wouldn't be able to really do fine details like make it pick up stuff and things like that. So the more you get better at it, that's where you use armatures to do things. For example, like even in puppetry, they use armatures to try and help people, help the puppets to move, and that's the wire and the body frame of the puppet. So the armature that he used was masking tape, and used masking tape because it's so lightweight and it holds the shape, and it's very good. And once I learned how you can do that, like in his case, what he did was he used the armature as a masking tape as armature, and then he'd cover it with clay, with epoxy resin, the milliput, and he would cover it. And then what'll happen is that he would be able to sculpt the creature. So what happened to my daughter? She was able to take Barb away from the scene, and so what I'm going to do here is going to go ahead and darken the outline so you can see it easier with a marker. And so that's what I had to ask the kids for, and they gave me a nice permanent marker, which is great. So it really comes up well. And so what happens is I learned that you can actually, instead of just making the armature as the internal skeleton of a creature, which makes it really lightweight, you can also make creatures just using the masking tape as well. And so I began doing this, and I found it to be such a wonderful thing because one, masking tape is super light. Two, it's in abundance, and it's something you can find. But there's different quality of masking tape, I have to admit. The ones that I use, I get it at my favorite hardware store, and it's one of those superstores that and I go there, and I got it at the Home Depot. And what happens is I buy it in a pack. I buy it in a pack that's a you buy it in a big pack. That way you save on the money, because masking tape gets kind of expensive really quick, but it's a good quality one, because you can go to like a 99-cent store and buy some, but you'll learn really quick that if you buy ones that are from 99-cent store, it's not as good quality. So what happens is that you have to get good quality masking tape because it'll hold shape. Because before that, I would always use Mod Podge to keep it all together. And what happens was that when I used the Mod Podge, they had a tendency of it sticking to other things. So if you have something near the Mod Podge, like for example your wall, and you put it by your wall, what will happen is that Mod Podge will peel the paint off your wall. So I've learned over the course of time it's about the quality of using good masking tape versus just using something that's not so good. And so what happened was, like, when I learned this, it became a blessing because I was able to make a lot of creatures and save on Mod Podge, because Mod Podge is cool and it's like a seal. It's also, kind of have a pain to have to work through sometimes. Nevertheless, I was really glad to be able to have this opportunity to do that. So here we had the outline now of Barb, and I'm gonna write Barb's name in there upside down because why not? And so I actually filmed this upside down. So the camera is away from me, looking at me, and I have this thing on my lap, and I was able to show that. And so I have it there, and so I have to write Barb's name backwards, which is forward for you to see. Anyway, so Barb, we named her Barb, short for Barbara, and soon we're going to start with the music. So I'm going to go ahead and switch right now from me talking to you seeing and hearing music play. And so in the process there, I just want to say, like, I'll come back at the end of it to tell you more how it goes. But this is the process, and I speed up for you. So instead of it being like, how many hours it took to do this, it's going to be relatively quick. So thank you so much for listening for this. I'm going to go ahead and just stop right here and let the computer do its thing. Alrighty, back in a moment. Well, so here you have it. Pretty much, I went from making an actual lizard print to making a full it's a masking tape creature. And so pretty much just want to share this with you, so that way I can like put a recording and say this is how it is. You know, pretty much a nice bearded dragon. Bearded dragon. All I have to do next, I have to paint her, and I'll be done. So it's just like my Barb. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.